Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to take a brief look at Chapter 6 in your book, which deals with specifications. So today our goals, we want to learn about the purpose and basic organization of a set of specifications. We want to talk about what CSI stands for, the Construction Specifications Institute. And then I'd also like to give you a few examples of specifications and maybe a few areas where you might get tripped up should you ever take a look at specifications for planning and estimating purposes. Specifications are the written statements that define the extent of the quality of work and the materials to be used. Specifications act as a supplement to the drawings, which means it's a complementary piece to a packet of technical drawings. So, for example, just as an elevation works as a partner to offer you additional information about a floor plan and what you see on there, specifications act as a partner to offer additional information about the building project as a whole. Specifications are considered part of the construction documents, which means no working drawing set is complete without a set of specifications to go along with it. How detailed and the length of your specifications will depend on the overall size of the project. As you've probably guessed, that a small project will maybe have a few pages worth of specifications, and a large commercial project could have up to 100 or even more. So before we continue to talk about specifications and understanding them, we need to touch briefly on what is CSI. And CSI stands for the Construction Specifications Institute. This is an organization that maintains standards of construction language used in building specifications and documents. So it's very important when looking at construction documents that everybody is using the same language and everyone is using the same terminology so things are consistent across the industry. And they utilize a standard numbering system called master format. So not only do they regulate the standards and the language, they also regulate sections and how they're put in order, and that is master format. Master format uses a 6-digit system which organizes information within specifications. The first number represents the level or division that you're discussing, so in this example, concrete. And the remaining numbers specify an additional level of detail and where you can find corresponding information. So that means that you're able to look up and identify other areas of information that are correlated with a specific area within the division. Master format utilizes 50 different divisions to break down areas of specifications within a building construction project. One of the things that you'll notice is that not all of the numbers have been used. They've left some areas open for future expansion. Logically, if you look at Division 1, you start the project off with general requirements. And interestingly enough, many times in the industry, this is kind of glossed over and forgotten. However, what you'll notice is that the general requirements typically pop back up whenever there's a problem with the construction process or on the job site. Typically, a set of specifications is organized into sections that are pretty straightforward. You'll have sections that further organize the set of specifications, such as related documents, summary, definitions, references, description of work, and quality assurance. Other sections would also include submittals, special inspections, project conditions, products, execution, protection, maintenance, warranties, and cleaning and repairs. When first familiarizing yourself with a set of specifications, the logical and the best place to start is with the table of contents. This will allow you to familiarize yourself with the different divisions that are related to the project. Another area of the specifications that you should familiarize yourself with is the general requirements. And that also talks about liability, insurance, and important things that pertain to the project, but maybe not necessarily the building of the project. Here are a few ways where you could get tripped up when you're reading a set of specifications. In this example, note that the bidder's safety performance requirements and supporting documentations that must be submitted prior to bidding are included. Note in this example, it's a requirement that whomever is bidding the project come and inspect the site before submitting a bid. And it also, if you note a little bit lower, there's a clause in there that says, should any cost overruns arise that could have been examined or that could have been avoided by examining the site, the contractor is responsible for those. Another area that you may miss as a beginner when reading specifications is sections under quality assurance that deal with related documents. Here you see in section A that it talks about codes and standards and that you need to comply with the following codes, specifications, and standards that are listed below in numbers 1 through 11. These are not optional, and these codes actually aren't included in the specifications. It's up to you to research those codes, understand them, and apply them to the project. Here's one more final example dealing with reading specifications thoroughly and areas where you might get tripped up. Some specifications will be as detailed as to outline construction cleaning requirements. It talks about basic daily cleanup and organization and the responsibilities of each subcontractor. It talks about general rough cleaning and what's the difference between basic daily cleanup and rough cleaning. And then finally in C, it talks about the ramifications if failure to perform cleanup occurs. Ultimately, when it comes to specifications, the name of the game is being thorough in reading and understanding exactly what is required in each and every project. Review the table of contents, skim the entire set of specifications to get a general understanding of what's required of you. Once that's complete, you can go back and look for any areas where you might get tripped up. But again, in this area of print reading, paying attention to detail is the best way to avoid any obstacles.